Hello, Baldwin haters. It's good to see ya. Welcome to our Wednesday night Watch It Together episode. It's supposed to be the rest episode, so we'll see. We'll see. I don't think they're going to be covering a whole bunch because it's not that long of an episode. And the episode is called Coming Home. In last episode, he hadn't left yet. So, I mean, he has to go, do the whole trial, and come home. I don't think we're going to get a lot of information, but we'll see. Let's see who's here. Lynn Skinner, thanks for being here as always. Love you. Thank you for moderating. Appreciate it. And you're the best. What can I say? Shana Banana's here. Hi, Shana Banana. Glad you're here. Welcome. And the drinking game is self-pity and accident change. Oh, accent. I thought it was accident. I'm like, accident changes. Accent changes. Well, I don't think this is like, I don't know if this is, it's only half full. So I don't think if I have to drink every time our accent changes, I should get a few more of these containers. Go fill up my pitcher. Oh, goodness. Shana Banana only made it to the first commercial. Oh, goodness. Oh, their 10-year-old's wearing makeup. Well, they talk to her like she's an adult, too. They do treat her like an adult. I mean, and she's full on watching a baby. She's only 10. Oh, gotta let kids be kids. That's right. Probably, Shana Banana. Probably. We could have a bottle service tonight. We could. Shana Banana, number 2 to hit the like button. Thanks for hitting the like button. I appreciate you. All right. Oh, they only took the baby with them? Did the nannies watch the rest of them, I guess? Okay. Oh, they took the baby and the 10-year-old. Well, because they're not going to watch the baby. Is that a 10-year-old watching a baby in the hotel room by herself? Throughout the whole trial? Doesn't a trial last like a normal kind of business hour day? I don't know. I've never been to a trial. And I've never been I only served, I only went to jury duty. I got summoned 2 or 3 times when I had kids at home. And every time I said, I'm the sole caregiver of children. I'm a stay-at-home mom, so couldn't do it. And I guess it was okay. I just filled it out and sent it in. I didn't get arrested, but then I get asked again a couple years later. And then just recently, then it was a huge gap of time. And then just a couple years ago, I got a summon to serve on jury duty. But it was it was up in Cleveland, the county. It was the county jury. So it was up in Cleveland. And they had the baseball all-star game that weekend. And so they had activities all week long. And it also coincided with like 4th of July as well. So a lot happening in downtown Cleveland. So I showed up on Monday, went through it, started getting psyched because they show you this movie and like all of a sudden you become a patriot by the time like everybody showed up and they're all like, there was like, I don't know. Did they say 300 people? There were a lot of people that were there. Now, some people were already on other trials. So we weren't all in the pool for jury duty. But so I was like, okay. And I brought stuff to do in that. And you watch it, the patriotic music and interviewing people and how like they didn't want to do it and like how great it was and what a sense of accomplishment. Anyway, by the end of the movie, I was like, yeah, put me on a trial. I don't want to just be here all week signing up and then going home. I want to serve. I don't care if it's a month long. So I just sat there, and then at like 11:30, they're like, you can go for lunch. And lunch is an hour and a half. No, it was like an hour and 45 minutes. Okay. So I walk out to take a look at all the activities in downtown Cleveland because it was just like a block or two away from the courthouse where I was. And all they have what are called like Mall A, Mall B. They're these big grassy areas between buildings and that's all set up with these tents, activities, games, the photo ops, all kinds of stuff, and free food galore. I had the best lunch ever. Chicken sandwiches, hot dogs, potato chips, soda, you name it. It was like Sugardale was giving out Sugardale hot dogs, and some chicken brand was giving out chicken sandwiches. Like all these different sponsors were giving out their food in their tents. I just had to go tent to tent to tent to tent to get each component of it. But then I sat down at a picnic table and looked out at the lake and had a nice lunch. Looked at all the different exhibits and everything they had. And I went back, sat down, got set up, and I got called. The whole group of us got called. I'm like, oh, I'm in the first group. Gave me the certificate saying that I served jury duty. There were going to be no trials that week because with all the people coming in for the all-star game, all-star baseball game, and all the festivities, and 4th of July as well being that weekend, they were having problems with flights and getting witnesses and everything, so there were going to be no more trials. That was my jury duty. I served my country. I'd do it again. So I never really served. I can't call it serving, but hopefully it'll be a while before I have to. I think they said 5 years before you get called again, or you get put into the hopper and might get called again. All right, so that was a story you didn't all expect. Oh, goodness. I see Kathy's here. Kathy, number 4 hitting the likes. Hi, Kathy. Good to have you here. Talking about jury. I have no idea why I'm talking about jury duty. I don't know how that even came up. There's a great show called Jury Duty, though. Did you guys see that? It was on Hulu. If you know nothing about it, I'm not going to tell you anything about it, but you have to watch it. Okay, so she talks during commercials, right? Yes, I do. So, yes. I'll play it during the commercial. I'll mute the commercial. We'll talk and chat, and then we'll go back. All right. I'm behind. I haven't watched this one. Oh, good. It's new. These are all new for me. I don't watch any of them. Mama Squirrel's here. Hi, Mama Squirrel. All right. You watch this one. Okay. So some people have. Joni's here. Hi, Joni. Good to see you. I took my pain pill, so Coca-Cola it is. Woohoo! That's right. I'm going non-alcoholic too. I'll have with Kathy's having. Oh, a nanny went too? Of course a nanny went too. Of course a nanny went too. Well, the nanny should go because the baby was there. Somebody had to watch the baby during the day when they were in the trial, so that's good. I wonder why the 10-year-old went. Interesting. And why did the 10-year-old have to do a special goodbye then if she was going with him? Because doesn't he just show up each day and then go home with them? I don't know. I'm very confused. All right. Telling me believe in the death penalty. Yeah, a lot of people were telling me all the things to say to get out of it. You can't be impartial. I figured I'd just be honest because I can't help but to be honest, and I'll probably get kicked out for something I say. That was my plan. Just be brutally honest about my opinions on things, and they're gonna be like, yeah. I mean, one of them is gonna want me, and then one of them's not gonna want me. I don't know which is which, but I do drugs, own guns, and believe in the death penalty. That'll do it. And then when you usually know about the case ahead of time, I think, whatever's involved in it, you can say that you were involved in that somehow, or you have a relative that experienced the same thing. It's devastating. And then you could become so you could play both sides If one side seems like it would like the death penalty or the firearms, and the other side would like the fact that you do this, they would kind of cancel each other, and both of them would say, yeah, let her go. She's a wild card. The 10-year-old probably will be an actor. Mm-hmm. Oh, she went to the trial, Lori. Oh, hi, Lori. My heart cries. Interesting. She was there with her mom. 10 years old. That's too young. I would have not had my 10-year-olds going to a trial of their father for manslaughter. No. Okay. If it's a drug case, you work in a pharmacy. Right. Okay, so let's get it going here. My head's cut off, isn't it? Let me see if I can fix this a little bit. I've been banging my computer during my therapy today. Okay. Here we go. Turn it up. It's opening up in the Hamptons, showing the house of the Baldwins. Baldwin residence, specifically. Not Baldwin House. It's the Baldwin residence, East Hampton, to be specific. Let me know if you can hear it okay. It's really not playing quite yet. On October 21st, 2021, Alec Baldwin was in New Mexico filming a Western movie called Rust while rehearsing a scene with a prop gun and Jiminy Christmas. Hold on. Was I not reading that fast enough? I feel like I was slow. On October 21st, 2021, Alec Baldwin was in New Mexico filming a Western movie called Rust. While rehearsing a scene with a prop gun, an accidental shooting occurred. Okay.
Emergency. Sheriffs say that one person was killed and another was injured when Baldwin fired a prop gun on a movie set. The movie cinematographer, 42-year-old Helena Hutchins, died in this incident. Director Joel Souza was treated at a hospital for unspecified injuries.
Oh, sorry. The state of New Mexico filed involuntary manslaughter and other charges against Alec Baldwin. A jury has already convicted a crew member for manslaughter. Now, Alec Baldwin's trial begins in the same courtroom. Oh, interesting. I didn't realize the other one went first and got found guilty of manslaughter. So that had to have been the prop master and armorer on the set, right? That gal? Okay.
Actor Alec Baldwin arrived for his first day in the New Mexico court, where he faces charges for the tragic shooting death on the set of his latest film. He was joined by his wife, Hilaria.
I flew on Monday night and arrived in the early morning of Tuesday. And I was supposed to come back on a red eye on Wednesday night. But I realized that I can't leave. Alec needs me.
Mr. Baldwin, would you like to say anything? Feeling comfortable?
And he needed me for so many different things that I didn't even think. Just really, really vital emotional support.
In the fall of 2021, a movie called Rust began filming at the Bonanza Creek Ranch. You will learn that this movie was a Western with a lot of gun action. You will learn that one of the rounds in that revolver was a real round.
Good morning. This was an unspeakable tragedy, but Alec Baldwin committed no crime. He was an actor acting, and you will hear no evidence, not one word, that Alec Baldwin had anything to do with that real bullet being brought onto that set.
On day 3 of the trial, the defense is made aware of evidence that was not provided to them. Oh, it was only day 3? Okay. Okay. The defense files a motion to dismiss the case. Whoa.
This is critical evidence in the case that was never disclosed to us. This is not the first time. It's not the second time. It's not even the third time. It's time for this case to be dismissed, Your Honor.
The pivotal moment in Alec Baldwin's criminal trial seen here when the actor's legal team claimed New Mexico prosecutors did not disclose new evidence pertaining to the live rounds found on the Rust film set.
The state's willful withholding of this information was intentional and deliberate. Your motion to dismiss with prejudice is granted.
Even though this case was dismissed, Alex still faces potential appeals as well as civil cases. You know what I have to say? I do think that is justice. Him going to jail does nobody any good. Hitting his wallet, that does good. It's going to do good for somebody else. Somebody's going to financially benefit from it. And that is just going to annoy and anger. Hysteria. Oh, I gave it away already. That's going to be her new name, Hysteria. A video coming out on Friday about this of a psychologist who did a review of the show, and I did a review of his review. And one of the commenters called Hysteria. And then I did another video where I just read through some of the comments down below. I think that's where I saw Hysteria. Anyway, I thought it was funny when I read it. Okay. All right. I'm going to go on. I'm kind of shocked because this is so much information I didn't know. I did not know it was day 3 of the trial. Like, there's barely any trial. Those prosecutors, what fools. What utter fools. Even if it was not, I mean, isn't that lawyer 101? Lawyer class 101? How to be a lawyer, number 101? Any evidence you come across, you have to disclose it to the other side. And I want to know how the defense found out about it. How did the defense find out that they knew about the bullets on the set? Anyway, okay, I'm sorry. This is not a commercial. Let's continue. Says he is prohibited from speaking about the case. Interesting. He has nothing to say about the case. And if he had a half a brain, he'd say nothing about the case because the man just got off scot-free on a technicality. So if the judge prohibited him from speaking about the case, she obviously is like in his pocket because she's doing that. That is in the best interest of Alec Baldwin to say nothing. Oy, oy, oy. So Alec and Hilaria are on a couch now. He looks like he just aged another 10 years.
I want to know how you're feeling physically, mentally right now.
How I've been feeling is I'm worried. I'm still worried.
I am a faith-based person.
Oh,
I am. I'm Catholic. I prayed and prayed about this until I was going to pass out.
exaggerate lately?
So it's hard for me to talk about how I'm feeling. But I am very grateful to her, and I'm grateful to God and to my friends and my family who helped support me. We were really heavily impacted by this, and it's going to take a long time.
It's going to take time.
One day after the trial, back at the Baldwins' house,
What are you going to say to your parents when you see them at the door? Because this is the first time they ever left you.
Wait, Sylvia, do you know what I'm here?
I don't get it.
I have never been away from all of my kids for longer than going into the hospital and having a baby. When we had to go to New Mexico, I brought Carmen and I brought the baby because they're not in their day camp. And then the baby just finished breastfeeding. So my friend came and took care of them while I went and took care of Alec.
What did we do this week?
We went to her house and had movie nights.
We went to the park and played tag, and Edu won.
I
And who won?
We're not sleeping yet, right?
They're coming. They're right here.
Everybody be quiet so she thinks we're not home. Everybody know. Be quiet.
I like the nanny. Nanny seems cool. How's she tolerate it? Their big neon light. What are those cars called? With the, it's like a,
What I'm feeling gratitude, confusion, exhaustion.
To come home to these kids, they're so sweet. They're so sweet. And I just was happy. This is my life now.
Dad, we made it home. We made it home.
After everything we've been through, I said to myself, this is perfect. This is what I'm doing, is raising my kids. And I just feel like it's such a privilege.
As a parent, you're like to keep everybody together, and especially going through hard things, you keep them together even more. It's like everybody huddle, everybody out of my wings, you know. And I wrote. It's gonna sound so stupid. I wrote them all little letters, the ones that I left here, and I hid them. And I told my friend where they were. If something happened to us.
if something happened to you.
This was not a win. This is just an awful thing that happened to, to people. There was an awful thing that happened. The hardest thing about this is that a woman lost her life. A son lost his mom. Helena didn't get to go home. And that's what makes everything so painful. We're coming back to something totally new where we just get to make more choices than what we made before. And now we can try to remember how to live again. And that is a dream come true.
Just the privilege and the gift of being able to come home, and be with them. My kids are happy. That's all I care about, And just live one day at a time.
Yeah, they're kids. Commercial. They don't have the commercial synced up. You can tell where there's a break that the commercial should start, but instead it goes right into the next scene. And then like 15 seconds, 30 seconds into it, it cuts and goes to the commercial. It's unfortunate because then I have to really keep my eye on it for when the next thing starts, because it's like immediately starting and people are talking, as opposed to the normal background music and B-roll shots of stuff that is played as you come in after a commercial. Okay, anyway, that's a TLC issue. Let me go to the chat. I do have to say, okay, what bugged me about this? Okay, I prayed the hyperbole. I prayed until I was going to pass out. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. Just be honest. See, when you lie, then you can't believe anything you say. Did you pray a lot? Yeah, you probably did, because you didn't want to go to jail. I don't doubt that he prayed a lot. But like when you say something like that, I prayed until I was going to pass out. And then she left letters hidden for each of the kids in case something happened to them. She mean like with the plane? Like she would never see him again? This is one dramatic woman. One extremely dramatic woman. Because she's coming back if he's convicted or not. But the notes were in case something happened to them. Wow. So every time, two people, now she's left and gone to the hospital and not seen him for a couple days, maybe because she was in the same city. I don't know, but you could also get in a car accident with your spouse, just like a plane can get into a crash. So like this is a little bit overkill, I do believe. The things they say. And now we can try to remember how to live again. I can't. It's ridiculous. All right, let me check out the chat. Oh. Drink on the self-pity. Oh, yeah. We should be downing it, huh? I just got to hit pause on this. I got 4 seconds before this commercial is the last commercial. Pause. Okay. I don't see why the live rounds were on the movie set anyway. I found out the answer to that, Kathy. Apparently, I think it was the armor. This is my guess. I don't know who was all involved in it, though. But apparently, during breaks on the set, lunch breaks or whatever breaks, there would be people who would go out, because it's like way out in the desert somewhere in New Mexico. People would go out shooting rabbits. I don't know what's out in the desert. I don't know. Rattlesnakes, maybe. I don't know what else is out there besides a jackrabbit and a rattlesnake. I don't know. I don't live in the desert. That's all I can think of. There's scorpions, but I don't think you shoot them. So that's why there was live ammo around. Now, did the director know that? You would think he did. You would think that even if they went a decent distance away, you'd still hear the shooting. Did Alec know about that? Because if Alec knew that they were doing that and there was live ammo anywhere around the set, and he picked up a gun, aimed and pulled a trigger, he's really guilty. He's really guilty. As well as the second or the first AD, the assistant director, if he knew that was happening. And of course, the gal, the armorer and prop gal who loaded the gun to hand it to him to use. She obviously knew, because I'm sure it was those guns, those that they were using. So they were using real guns. They call it a prop gun, but it wasn't a prop gun. It was a gun. It was used as a prop. Yeah. This was a fail on so many levels. It was an epic fail on so many levels. But that's why I found that out, because that didn't make sense to me either. I'm like, trace who brought the ammo onto the set. Well, just trace why ammo was anywhere around. If anyone knew, people were taking those breaks, shooting at things in the desert. It's not a big leap to figure it out. Okay. All right. Hysteria and the Screeching Seven. Her shorts are so short. They're always unnaturally short, and usually rolled up even shorter than whatever they naturally are, or they're pinned up on the side a lot of times, which is not a good look. It kind of is sort of diapery looking. You like roll it on the side and pin it so it kind of hangs on the front and back, and then the side is up high. Anyway, my opinion. She almost said an awful thing that happened to us. She caught herself, huh? Yeah, right. Mama Squirrel. Wow. 3-day trial must have been so hard. So hard for them. Well, she left on Monday and she was going to come back on Wednesday. That was only 2 days. And then she realized I had to stay to be there for him. One more day. Stay that long. He should sell the New York apartment, move to the Hamptons where they could have a life. End of story. Absolutely true. Retire from acting. Just live out in the Hamptons. Kids can go to school out there too. They have beautiful property, beautiful view. If you ever need to go into the city for something, you can. The Hamptons have everything. He grew up on Long Island. He's familiar with the whole area. Greed would be the only reason not to do that. The only. And these poor people have 2 nannies. Yeah. They have it rough, I tell you. In the video that I already recorded, I said the same thing. These people need to just pick up and move. The show, no. Hello, Salem, Oregon. Good to see you, Dorothy. Forget the drama. She's freaking nuts. Absolutely. They were threatened by people. I know. I don't think it was a target shooting. Oh, maybe it was target shooting. I guess when I think of targets, I think of the target being alive. Maybe it was just, maybe they took targets out there and they shot at targets. Could have been. I heard it. I only heard it briefly once. I'd have to listen again. I don't even remember where I heard it, to be honest with you. I would have the gun alive, but I mean, right? And I would never bring any ammo. First of all, I would never use the same gun that's being used as a prop on a set. There's a big epic fail right there. Right there. Second, you never bring any of the ammo anywhere near the set. It stays in your car, or it stays locked in your glove box or wherever. Yeah, right. That's what. Yeah, right, Lynn. Yeah, you should have never used. Never. It won't let you upgrade. What? How mean of them. Try it again. Maybe there was a glitch in the system. I'm sorry you missed it, but you can watch it. We recorded it. And we'll be back next Tuesday. Everybody's almost hanging out, and my eyes are not needing Hilaria and her Casper ass. Her fake accent. Isn't that funny? Like, it didn't strike me. Am I like numb to it already after all watching it all? 16 and Pregnant. There's another show on TLC that can bring in money for the family. I had to stay in the best hotel with room service, certainly. What is that called? Oh, it's just on the tip of my tongue. It's like a Stryker van or something like that. They're like these big Mercedes-Benz vans, and they have all those lights, and people were getting them in 2020. Celebrities were getting them, and like, we're just going camping, and then you see what they... And that was just to travel in. They really didn't camp. They went to a hotel. Or they went to like a cabin, a lodge, what other people would call a massive lodge. They'd call it a cabin. And they would travel in this big, the comfy, had everything, refrigerators and you name it. And that's what they came home in from the airport. People are dripping in money, and to act like you can't get any jobs, it's ridiculous. Ugh. It took you 3 tries to upgrade Chana Banana? What is wrong with YouTube? Shame on them. I'm sorry. She is not Latino. No, she's not. But I am. I mean, Janita. Janita. You can call me Janita on Wednesday nights. A glitch in the Matrix. Yes. Sprinter vans. That's it, Kathy. Sprinter vans. Come home in a Sprinter van. You even get one of those through Uber? Probably not. It's a car service. What am I saying? Uber. They don't even know what Uber is. They have their own private car service. Probably on speed dial, like available 24/7. They probably pay a full-time employee to be available on call whenever they need them. Okay, let's continue on. Here we go. Back at the Baldwin residence in East Hampton. Alec getting in the car.
You need patience to raise children? You need a lot of patience to raise 7 children. A lot. And when you deal with what we've been dealing with, and have that on your plate, and have this city, I feel like I'm there with a big stone on top of a big boulder. Hand me that baby when you're ready. I'll watch it.
I'm sorry. I gotta pause. Everything he has to deal with, which is what he caused, and he's complaining about his 7 children, which he created. Children are a blessing. Even if you have 7 of them, don't complain about them. If you're going to complain about them, don't have them. You have 2 nannies on top of it. So, victimhood, I can't. Okay, so one of the nannies is now handing the baby to him as he's sitting in the driver's seat. I don't know if they want to say goodbye or what. We'll see.
Donkey Kong. You gonna drive? Yes? Let me see this. You want to close the door? Okay. And it has had such a painful impact on our parenting. Because we just need more of everything. Donkey Kong! We're gonna go to Houston with Dad. And when the tank is almost empty. I mean, we every time we turn around, it's a transaction that costs us something that we don't have enough of. And that's patience. Go with Dizzy. I gotta get your baby. Hold on, please. Go with Dizzy. I'll get your baby. Go with Dizzy. No. Okay, hold on. You're gonna go,
I gotta pause. Gotta pause. I'm sorry. Gotta pause. Gotta pause. 4 adults, 7 kids. That's 4 adults, 7 kids. It's a better ratio than me with my, well, no, it's not a better ratio. I was going to say 1 to 3. There were 2 adults with 3 kids. 4 adults and 7 kids. It's not that bad. That's not that bad. You can do it. You can do it. You're not a victim. You are not raising 7 kids on your own, Alex. So enough. And again, you guys are not cleaning your house. You guys probably have a cook. You guys probably have someone to do your shopping. You name it. They probably have it. They had drivers. They had drivers that took them when they went to the Hamptons. They had 4 cars. I don't know who all the drivers were and where the cars all came from, but they had 4 cars to take everyone to the Hamptons. Like, I am losing my patience watching him lose his patience and his entitlement. I just can't.
Mommy, you drive! Saying who's the better driver? The kids haven't voted. Mommy! Mommy, you drive! Door's closed. Okay.
Where do you go from a tragedy?
You grow up and move on. Next.
I don't know. I guess everybody gets to find their own way. Pain is not something that any of us want to live with. So, little by little, we start to move into a place where we can try to begin to heal. Sugar eggs. Butter, sugar, eggs. Carmen, come! Kids growing up in the spotlight is complicated, especially during a hard experience. Hello. And I'm trying to be mindful of that. We really have to try to get them grounded.
All right. We're making Grandma's recipe. We're going to make Grandma's cake.
Says
And
the
we're
lady
gonna
with
make
the shirt that
Lulu's
ends right
honey,
here.
Okay? And they're going to be more or less the same, except we're going to do hers without the things she's allergic to. Then I'm going to have butterfingers. Yeah, butterfingers. Oh, my hands are so glittery. One day, I will not be here, so you have to learn this recipe, and you are going to have to make it. Okay. Sifting. But watch what you're doing. I know. Okay. I had such a weird dream. But I had a dream that we moved. I'm not quite sure where. Where would we go? Like, we were never going back to the U.S. But when we're saying that and we believe that, we were still going to the U.S. So it's really confusing. Okay. How are you feeling about everything? Like, we went to New Mexico. Now we're here. Are you feeling... The boys are going to hear you. It's okay. No, they're not here. I know, Carmen, they're not listening. With our kids during this, I think that there are some that understood, Carmen, we chose to bring her to the trial in New Mexico because she's the kind of person where she doesn't see us.
If she wasn't with us, she'd go crazy.
Her mind
She was
would
here with the
go
boys.
very...
She didn't know what she needs. And she's young. She's going to be 11 in a month, but she's also very intellectually curious and seeking. And if she was here with just them,
I think she would have
really been super hooked.
She would have been very, very, very anxious. But we were really stressed out on our way, leading up to it. Was it hard?
Yeah. Let's reiterate that. That's great.
But when I was here, I was like, oh no. But then when I was there, I was like, oh.
What were you afraid about when you were here?
And I was going to jail. That the boys wouldn't see their papa again.
That's one thing about kids. They absorb so much more than we think that they are. And it's sort of this weird balance of being able to give them information, because otherwise they're going to fill the information in, and then not giving them too much information to not make them
more worried about things. One of the reasons like why I brought you was because I realized that the way that you deal with stress is a lot of times you have to see what's going on. And some of the other ones, it's a little bit more, it's better for them to get distracted.
Yeah. And I just feel so bad. But, you know, like talk together. We talk about everything. I don't think, like, she can't hide stuff from me. Even if she tries, she can't. It's impossible. But she just makes me feel better.
And so I brought you because I thought that that was, from our conversations, that that was going to be the best thing for you. I don't know if I made the right choice, but
Yeah, you did.
I did. And I would have long walks and I'd talk with her and explain it to her. Whereas Rafa, through Mary Lou, we have them in a certain routine that they can kind of bury themselves in that routine and get a bit distracted.
Sure.
And
They have
then,
distractions.
and then, I mean,
Nothing distracts Carmen.
but no, but at the same time,
She wants to be on every board of
it's
directors.
it's the age and it's the personality. I remember being really stressed and walking with you and trying to figure out, like, what am I supposed to do? How are we going to get through this? What's this going to be like?
What's it gonna be like?
And we did.
I'm done sifting.
You did a really good job. I'm so proud of your sifting.
I'm so proud of your sifting.
I'm so proud of your sifting. Your sifting is the best. Hey, how was your day at camp?
Mommy, can I do it?
You know what I'm looking forward to now, Carmen?
Yeah.
That we can have a more predictable life, maybe.
Mommy,
Yes.
can I have a chocolate?
I need it for the cake.
I want the chocolate. Mom, can I have a chocolate? How do we get the
I'll give you guys more, but we have to use them for the cake.
I think children, when I'm observing, particularly from this experience, they hide their feelings. They learn to stuff their feelings because they think it's not appropriate, or they're afraid of those feelings.
That's
and even
such an
he.
inaccurate thing. I don't think that's at all
Well, can I
true.
finish before you? Well,
Yeah,
why
but
don't you
like,
finish? Then you can
But
hold the
don't
whole.
like, that's not even a true thing. They're
Okay.
so connected to their feelings.
What am I? Okay.
Is it done?
It's done. Do you want to see?
Now you, Alex.
Hi.
Where's my cake?
So hot, you're gonna burn yourself. Is that hot?
Oh, parents.
I spend a lot of, I'm always watching. I'm watching all of them all the time. This entire thing has many things with parenting. There's been no manual.
Mommy, I want cake.
Look, you only have 4 pieces left.
I want.
Not only were we holding on so much, and then it's going to take us a long time to kind of release it, it's that our kids on their level of age were doing exactly the same thing.
What do we need to do now? I've never been through anything like this in my entire life. Who knows what's the right thing to do?
With 7 little children in the house, sometimes it's impossible to complete a sentence. And when we're talking about issues that are really important, like healing, like where are we going from here, we have to get out of the house in order to focus and be able to.
Commercials are the worst. I had no idea where to put them. I knew it was coming up. I'm like, well, maybe they won't have a commercial. No, we'll just wait until she's mid-sentence. All right. Anonymous. I don't know about the upgrade. Well, maybe that's the reason you're having a difficult time with it, but it seems like it behooves YouTube to allow you to go ahead and do the upgrade now. I know there are people who have contacted support in the past who have had other problems with membership stuff. I don't know where it is, though. I don't know where they looked or where they went, and I have zero control over anything. All I do is see a list of names. So I wish I had any sense of a person to reach out to, but I don't. They don't have it set up that way at all, unfortunately. So I apologize, but I do know that there is somebody you can talk to, just simply because I've heard other people go, I talked to customer support and they got it working, or I talked to customer support and it's still not working. And YouTube. I apologize. On behalf of YouTube, please accept my apologies because I'm not sure if they'll apologize. All right. But it could be the gifted membership that might be causing the glitch. Oh, that's still a commercial. Okay. My son would ask if I lost my mind if I told him I was proud of his sifting. Right. Proud of it too. Like, where'd that come from? Oh, you're proud of it? Now I can't believe anything you say, Mom, because you shouldn't be proud of my sifting. At most, you could say, good sifting. I'm proud of your sifting. Even the girl made fun of her. It's ridiculous. Yeah, of course there's no manual. My daddy's shooting somebody on a movie set. Hi, Debbie. Thank you for hitting the like button. Number 25, hitting the like. Appreciate it. Lynn said she had to join using her computer. She couldn't do it on her phone or her tablet. Yeah, Anonymous, that might be the best way. What'll happen when the gifted membership ends and it lasts a month is you'll just go back to having no membership at all. And at that point, you can just go sign up for SOS and then you won't have to deal with it. I apologize. I apologize because that means you'll miss Sunday night. But here's the thing. Once you do get into SOS, you'll have access to past SOS videos. So you'll see Sunday nights. It'll just be a little bit late. You won't be there live, but you'll still have access to it. So for more content. Oh, you don't have a computer. Yep. Then just wait. Do what you're doing. That'll work. Okay. A few notes I have here from this section. First, love how she's talking about being a grown-up and trying to work through all these problems as she's wearing a shirt that's cut off right here, showing her entire midriff, including the belly button ring. So grown up. So grown up. And then the probing questions to her 10-year-old about what were you worried about? What were your anxieties? What was a psychologist should have a field day with that. I'm not a psychologist, and I know that that's not a good thing. What did you think was going to go wrong? What do you think the problems were? You know, it's the same kind of thing of let's talk about all the things that could go wrong in the future, even though none of them might ever happen. I do have to throw out a disclaimer and apology. When they showed the trailer of the kids crying and the mom crying when they were all hugging, TLC made it look like they were saying goodbye as the mom was leaving to go on the set or to go, to the trial. And I was just irate with the way they were handling it. And as it turns out, they just, I guess, cried from relief. I'm not quite sure why they cried when she came back, to be honest with you, because they seemed fine while she was gone, and they seemed fine when they knew she was coming back, and they seemed fine at the beginning when she first got back. I don't know if she said something to him. So now all of a sudden I'm starting to think maybe I don't need to apologize. I don't know. It was a little odd because they went up and they gave her a hug and everybody was fine. And then maybe because she was so melancholy. I mean, did you see her? She got out there. She's like, come here, children. As opposed to, hi, I'm home. So good to see you. Like, does not know how to interact with children. Does not know how to set them up for success. And there's a classic example. The kids were melting down crying. She did not set them up for success. The nanny did. The nanny was amazing. I love that nanny. I want to be her friend. She was talking about what they did that day, reviewing it. She had such a gentle, sweet voice when she was talking to them. She was like close with them on the step. You could tell that she cares a lot about them. And she's, recapping about like what's going to happen. They're going to come back now. And like she was doing all the positiveness about you're getting to see mom and dad now. This is exciting. It's been a long year. It's going to be. And then mom comes home. Hi. Worst parenting. Terrible. And the kids react to you, right? Your kids react to you. That's why you put a big smile on. You don't have to be your kid's best friend. You don't have to be your 10-year-old's best friend. You don't have to tell your 10-year-old everything that's going on. That's not parenting. You're not her friend. You're her parent. Parent her. It's not good that she knew everything. And she was even saying things here to show it. Why was she so upset after she's probing? Again, bad parenting. What were you worried about? What were you concerned about? That dad's going to go to jail and that the boys won't see Papa again. Papa. The boys won't ever get to see Papa again. And she didn't correct him. So that's what she was planting in this girl's head. That poor child. She thought her dad was going away for forever. It was manslaughter and he's a celebrity. And clearly everybody knew he didn't put it in there. He was not going away forever. We have people who intentionally kill people and don't go away forever. The fact that she said that line, that's what made me realize. Yep. The conversations that they're having, it's all the victimhood of hysteria. Hysteria and her hysterics. Oh, I know all the things that could possibly go wrong. I mean, the worst thing, what if he never comes home to me again? Could you imagine? She probably used this poor little girl as her counselor on her little therapy walks that she took with her. No wonder the girl acts like she's 52. she's like the parent to this. It's not right, though. It's not right. It's not right. I'm not agreeing to it. I'm not agreeing to the makeup. I'm not agreeing to her watching the kids like she's their babysitter. I'm not agreeing to any of that. But who's setting it all up to be that way? It's not the child's fault. Not the child's fault. Okay. And did you see the little boy comes in from camp and he's all excited and he goes, "Oh, Mommy, can I do it?" And instantly her response is, "You know what I need, Carmen?" Wait a minute. That wasn't Carmen who asked if you could. It was that little boy that hasn't been around you all day, who hasn't seen you all day. Carmen's been with you all day. The little boy just walked in and saw you stirring something and got excited. Apparently, he either wants to just interact and do something with you, Mom, or maybe he enjoys cooking. And he's like, "Oh, cooking. I love cooking. I want to be a part of this. Can I do that, Mom?" Ignored, as if he didn't exist. And I do like how Alec was talking and then, of course, she interrupted him. It's like we're going to turn our, it's going to become interrupting cow. Remember that knock-knock joke? Knock-knock, who's there? Boo! Knock-knock, who's there? Moo! Knock-knock, who's there? It's the interrupting cow. Anyway, so we have a cow on both of our shows. All right, we have the sacred cow at Sister Wives, and then we have interrupting cow here. He starts to explain something and boom, she cuts him off, tells him he's wrong. That's not right with the kids. I don't even remember what he was saying about them. Something about how they didn't understand something and she said they did, or he said they did understand something and she said they didn't. I don't know. And then she goes on and on and on about all the time she spends with them and that, and you can tell that he was just like, this woman. She's not doing herself any service here. And I'm not feeling sorry for him at all. He picked her and 7 kids. So there you go. Okay. And the last thing, that tank top she had on, not good. I don't want to push it too much, but when she's so tiny that the balloons she got implanted, ridiculous. It's very clownish. You need to go down 4 sizes. I mean, it's beyond, they don't look natural. I mean, they clearly don't look natural, but like we're now into like comical, cartoonish looking, like, yeah. I noticed it the other day and I didn't say anything, but that interview shirt with that tank that she had on that was a little bit lower, I was just like, that is just freakish. I don't know what those are. Okay. Oh, interrumpiendo. Vaca interrumpiendo. Vaca interrumpiendo. Interrupting cow in Spanish. I love it. I wrote it down. Thank you, Wendy. Good to see you, Wendy. Wendy's front yard's in the house. Vaca, or it could be vaca. A lot of the V's are pronounced like B's in Spanish. I never remember which ones are, but interrumpiendo. We have a vaca interrumpiendo. Love it. Timestamp, yes. They do talk over each other a lot. Oh, that's okay. We haven't started again, Shanna. You've missed nothing. We've been talking this whole time. I've been bitching. Complaining about what I've been watching. Yes. Well said. The girl's her BFF and she trauma dumps all over her. Yes, that's what's happening. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. She feels our energy. And if we aren't okay, how can they be? We need a worst parent shot class. Yes. It's a competition that's starting here on TLC. Of course, when your mom says to say a special goodbye, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Cody's going to be, well, Cody does win. We have to say the worst mother. Yeah. He can't go. That child support's going to kill him. Yes. Okay, we're going to continue on. We are at, let me see. It won't show. It says there's 20 minutes and 28 seconds left. So that's, oh, wait. On the bar it shows. Here we go. Yes, it does. We're at, I'll put it right in the middle, around 1942. 1942. And we're continuing on because it started going into the next episode and then they threw commercials in. So it'll seem like it's, but if I go back to try to get the beginning of it again, it's going to show us all the commercials again. So I can't. So, all right, here we go. Oops.
Loves a restaurant.
Alec loves a restaurant.
How are you? Good.
A late date in Montauk.
New Yorker. And what a New Yorker is we eat out. He loves the experience. He loves the no mess. That's definitely a big part of it.
What do you want to have, sweetie?
I am going to have, can I have the summer salad, please?
Sure.
I'm going to have the egg sandwich. You know what I'll do?
Really
So they make it into an omelet with the cheddar and the pickled onions in there?
Yeah.
How many eggs is in there?
Like 3.
They put 3 eggs in it?
Yeah.
I want a lot of eggs. I'm going to have that no bacon.
And you should add avocado.
You want to buy that?
There you go.
Okay, we're going to add
Because that was
avocado.
the other thing I liked on the menu. I just don't
We're
want
going
to
to add
get
avocado.
sleepy.
See how this works now? Getting this now? Avocado in
I'll
the menu?
share some of my salad. And
Oh,
you share some of your
you
eggs
share some of your
your way.
salad.
And that's
Can't
called
wait.
marriage.
And you have regular fries?
Yeah.
I'll have fries. I want some fries.
Okay. Thank
I'm
you.
not going to pretend. Summertime.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, madam.
Cheers to doing lunch. When was the last time you and I had lunch?
Lunch in Montauk. So that was like a chapter of a book.
That was Lunch in Montauk was pre-children. Careful, you have a butterfly. No, it's a good look. It's a good look.
No, wait, film it, film it.
He likes you. Okay. Look, it's like cleaning its wings or something. What is it doing?
It's cleaning its butt.
I feel like this is like a sign.
It's love.
It's a sign from the thing.
Do you love me?
It's literally going
What's,
to
no, what's that? Oh, that's magical.
That was
That's good luck.
magical.
That's such good luck.
Okay, guys, we got the summer salad.
Wow.
With your egg sandwich.
Thank you. Now that we've gotten to this place, I think it's good to have a check-in. Not only checking in and making sure that we're doing right by our kids, but I think even more importantly is we have to put our own oxygen mask on.
Oh gosh.
And that's what I'm
Good
doing.
analogy.
And I have weekly therapy appointment.
She's
and that's
Cody
been
Brown.
Very helpful. Over the past 3 years, our kids have gone through a hard time. We've gone through a hard time. I want to make an appointment with our family therapist to check in and make sure that we are steering our ship in the right direction.
What are our challenges, do you think?
For me, it's my exercise routine, how I schedule my day. That structure works really well for somebody who has ADHD. And it's not, yes, it's for my body, but most of it's for my mind. Because if I move and I move and I move, I can think clearer. I was diagnosed with ADHD as a child. And it's been an interesting journey. I like to explain it like you're getting tumbled in a wave. You get tumbled in a wave and you get like kind of like spun around backwards. You kind of just get like stuck somewhere. And understanding it sometimes has helped me to get back to it a little bit better, but I still have a lot of work to do. So that's the thing, is that's where I'm hoping that our next steps are going to be that I can address mine, because again, we're very clever. We've figured out ways to calm our nervous system, which is what we're doing. And we can sort of be like, oh, but you know what? It's because I like to have a clean house. Or, oh, it's because I like to be in shape, right? We can say these things, but is it actually hurting us?
For me, my nature to obsess about my problems and try to solve them. I've white-knuckled that steering wheel my whole life. I've tried to make the car go where I wanted it to go. And taken years of my life in the process. Now, I'd like to stop doing that.
I mean, I think that's really wise. I think the one thing is to see what can you control, that we can make small shifts just within ourselves. Alec is a man born in the 1950s, and asking for help is a difficult thing. I also think it's his generation, which is that you're supposed to be much more shut down. You just go, you work, you do these things. You gotta be a man, you gotta be strong, you gotta be all these different kinds of things. But I think that the asking for help is not something that was modeled for him. And hopefully he can realize that it's okay. Recently, I've gotten so focused on my own mental health and understanding, why I function in a certain way. How do I deal with stress in a certain way? Because I will catch myself in times. I'm like, oh, okay, that's interesting. This is what I'm doing. Or I feel like I have to do certain things in a certain way. And then I kind of question, I'm like, but do I have to? But would life still be okay if I didn't do it that way?
Interesting.
For you have your OCD, and it's organizing. You do these things in extreme circumstances to try to quiet your mind.
Right.
And
Like what?
Like needing to know that all the goggles are in the goggle place. And
Are you talking about something negative?
because the thing is that what I'm trying to have you understand is organization and being like, well, I'm just trying to be clean can be really good.
Yeah.
Unless it's affecting sleep, stress, the way that you interact with people, if it's stressing people out around you because you hold things to a different standard than the average person. What would happen if you left the goggles
on the grass?
On the grass for a night?
Lawn?
Yeah, what would happen? What would happen? The question is, do you agree with me?
Oh, she's
What is it?
insufferable.
It's weekly,
Making me feel sorry for
Therapy.
Alec.
and I hope that that's something that you are going to want to do as well.
I agree with you. I'll talk to a therapist. I want to talk to somebody. I want to get insight into how do we get everything to kind of, the water to get calm. I feel like our kids have been in a boat.
Yeah.
And that boat's been going up and down and up and has been, stormy seas, and they've been scared.
Yeah.
I told people that we were on a boat and we're heading toward the iceberg. And at the last minute we go, ooh, we go around. I'm like, oh my God.
No, this is the analogy. We're going towards the iceberg, and it looks like a really, really scary iceberg. And then all of a sudden, the iceberg was like, shh, and we continue on. That's what happened.
I'm so
Exact
glad
same
you're not writing
thing.
my next movie. I'm elated. I can walk away from this lunch. That's a victory. You're not going to get your fingers anywhere near my new movie.
How you doing?
I'm in heaven. Thank you.
You know, eat your fries?
No, put them in a box and we put them in the oven and heat them up. The kids will love them. My sons will eat every one of those. Put them in a little box. Do you mind?
Yeah.
That's it. We'll eat everything else. Thank you.
Yeah, sure.
Well, I care about now is I want you to be happy and comfortable.
I really
I
appreciate
want those
that.
kids to be happy and comfortable. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go back to school.
What are you gonna learn?
And sit in a room,
What are you gonna learn?
Spanish.
Really? That's not convenient for me because then I can't
And you
talk
can't
about
talk about
you.
behind my back?
Yes. Don't you just pick Swedish?
I hope she's joking.
I'm nervous to bring Alec to therapy because it has not been something he's been very receptive about in the past. We've tried a few times since we've known each other, and he has been through a lot of pain in his life, but he thinks it's easier to keep it in. But ultimately, it's just bubbling under the surface, and it's going to, it is affecting him. It's affecting our family, and he can live so much more free if he just learns to let go of it and open up.
Commercial's coming shortly, but not until after it starts again.
Parenting, you need to have plenty of spare batteries. Because if you flag, if you stumble, and you just sit there, that's not good for your kids.
Oh, thank you, God. I need a little refreshment.
Thank God we have a big pool. When I built this pool, I didn't have 7 kids. I was here by myself. Psychic stroke of genius of mine. This is a big part of their summer.
Burt's Bees Rescue Lip
There you
Balm
go.
moisturizes and adds a hint of flavor.
Oh, good.
So it feels like if a woman
Good golly. They won't have the sound down button. I'll have to turn the computer sound down. Okay. Hilary's mask has helium in it. Parenting advice from Healy again. If hysteria is giving parenting advice, I'm going to need a couple of these. Parenting advice or correcting Alec. I almost started feeling sorry for the guy during that. I'm like, can you stop? Every interaction together is her berating him. Like she doesn't stop. She's like a chihuahua. And then he's just like, yeah, no, I don't, and then eventually he gives in. She needs 2 nannies so she can exercise. Is that, I caught me off guard so much. We really need to put our oxygen on first. And in order to do that, I think it's important. And he's like, how are we going to do that? Well, I've been going to the therapist and okay, yeah, that's good. And so we really need to focus on doing the things that are important now to, get things straight. And what is that for you? My exercise routine. Her exercise routine. Oh my gosh. She's got all those kids. Out of all the things that she's concerned about in her life, her exercise routine. It's the only thing that came to mind. It's not, I need to spend more time with number 7 or number 2, or the baby doesn't seem to be getting time with these kids aren't spending time together, or these 2, we need to be working on that, or this one's struggling in school. Nothing about the kids, all about her. And what about her? Her exercise. And then she ties it into her mental health. Of course, an excuse. an excuse. I'm not saying that exercise doesn't help your mental health. Of course it does. It helps your physical health. It helps your mental health. But no, out of everything you have to say, that's what she's concerned about. Yeah. It's an excuse to say her mental health is, yeah. Oh, that was precious. Priceless. Priceless. Okay. Yes. She knows it all, right? She hasn't admitted being wrong yet. She is actually a little bit more Cody than he is. She really is. She is a know-it-all, if there ever was a know-it-all. She's completely out of touch. I mean, he's not off the, I mean, he's more Robin, which are both horrible, right? But I mean, out of touch, having to have the last word, never wrong, thinks she's all that and a box of chocolates. Yeah, like every line that I wrote about her, I can compare to a characteristic of Cody. Who knew? I didn't think that's the way this was going to go, but it sure seems to be looking that way. And then her correcting him on his analogy, right? Right, and her now the oxygen mask. That's what made me think of it too. The oxygen mask. He's always using these analogies. He's constantly using analogies. So Alec decides to use one, and she stops him and corrects him. So somebody else uses an analogy. No, it's wrong. But here's how it was wrong. This is what's so great about it. He's like, it's like we have these icebergs in our lives and we go along and then we just like have to go around it and go going. She's like, no. That's not the analogy. There's an iceberg and we go along and it goes down and then we keep going. What does it matter if it goes down or you go around? The point is there was an iceberg and now it's gone. That's the analogy, not how the process of getting by it. I don't think it's the point of the analogy. The point of the analogy is we keep coming upon these icebergs that we have to overcome. No, that's not what it is. Oh my goodness. Hit the like button. Yes, her voice is getting on my nerves. I wonder if she learned that too. I wonder if she thinks it's cute. That could be something she's done her whole life. She wants to be like Cody. Yeah. Yep. Can't say anything without her correcting him. Yes. As they float past the imaginary iceberg, the penguins are throwing things at them and saying, "Don't come back! Don't come back! You're not welcome here!" Didn't the Titanic try that approach? Yes, I do believe. The polar bears moon them. Oh, yeah, maybe it's local. It's TLC that I'm on, but they might have local commercials based on your region that you're in. That could be. I do feel bad for him. Stuck with her for I mean, you can see every time she starts that, he goes, like, I've been here so many times before. And I know what I have to do is say nothing. You think she's Robin Brown? All right. I think she's rougher than Robin. I think she's closer to Cody. But she could be Robin too. I mean, neither one is perfectly a match of either one of them, but all right. Now, the troll who gets in Jenny's lives is personally messaging me with comments to my YouTube comments. What? Oh. On my videos. If she ever does, send me an email because it takes me so long to get around to reading all the comments in my videos. And I want to be able to block. So anytime there's a troll, send me an email right away and let me know the name. But I have to see the comment to be able to block her. I can't just I don't think I can randomly put her in. Maybe I can. Now that I think about it, there is one spot that I might be able to go to put it in. Let me write that down again. Marie. I block Marie Mazo. But now that she's risen from the dead as a new person, I need to reblock. You're on Max. Yeah. Okay. The one that cussed us all out. Yes. Now goes in Jenny and James' lives, blocks us. Also, I can't see her, but I can see people telling her to back off. That is crazy. I'm going to go in and see if I can just block her off my channel. Thanks for bringing it to my attention. All right, we're moving on. We are at 28 minutes and 17 seconds. For those who are joining along, here we go. Wait, I got to turn the volume on my computer up because there we go.
Two important things we do is we get bugs.
They're at the
We clean
pool.
filters. Oh,
What?
many bugs. Oh my God. Look at that. Oh my God. There's so much crap in here.
That has not been cleaned out in a long time.
Look at the bugs. Look. Oh, bug. Look. So many bugs, Lou. Look at this. Could you give me the red bucket?
Yeah, I kind of get it.
Throw them in the grass and the birds can eat them. I'm going to boost some water over here. All right, here we go. Whoosh. You ever won an Oscar? They had one for whooshing. I'm the Daniel Day-Lewis of whooshing. What do we got here, Smita?
She has the tiniest bikini on ever.
Let other people go to the south of France and go on Geffen's yacht and sip wine and espresso martinis. That's not what I want. I want to clean the filters in my pool and throw all the bugs on the grass. My OCD is what it is in my life. It's part of my upbringing.
What you're saying is just worse. No, can I tell you something? Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
See?
You would be a lot happier without it.
Yeah.
I say to you sometimes, you know what? If you left those
You
dishes,
deal.
well, for all of us, because you know what? It also was before the kids. People would say that to me, and when I entered your house and I saw the things stacked just so, and things had to be, and how you chip things
My
and do
illness.
things. It don't have to be. You don't have to make it bad like that.
You know this is my illness. And I want to say that to you. 1, 2, 3, go.
Interrupting cow.
Are you going to bet it with your butt? 1, 2, 3, go. Almost.
I realize, somebody said this to me, am I supporting the OCD or am I supporting Alec? You know, and that in anything, I think about that with myself too. Who am I working with? And so I want to always support you, which is why I call you out on when you give a bold excuse like you just did.
Ready? One more regular because you're so good. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go. That was epic.
Do you remember last night there was a crow, like a dead crow?
Yes.
It wasn't there this morning, and I was like, oh, okay, something ate it or something awful happened, right? And then as I come back from my run, I started moving around. And so we caught it, and it's at the vet.
Well, this happened to you with me with the geese.
Yes.
With the swan.
No, it was not swan. It was
No.
It was a
seagull.
white. Okay, what did they teach us?
That they had to put it down.
Right, why? Because what can't be fixed?
Their wings.
The wings cannot be repaired orthopedically or whatever.
But better to do something more humane.
No, but good for you that you tried.
Thank you.
Do you remember the crow?
Yes.
Yeah.
The crow died.
The crow died. Oh, the crow died?
Uh-huh.
We're going to the orthopedist to see if the wing is fixed. Now, where are we going?
Which wouldn't that be amazing? One day. No, we're going to go to see Dr. Sultan, and we're going to kind of check in on what we've been through and what our kids have been through.
We have access to this amazing therapist, and what can we learn so that we can
Make sure that as we are putting one foot in front of the other, that we are steering our ship in the right direction. Other families have also been through hard things. So this is obviously something that has been studied. I'm sure that there are answers. Success.
Don't forget the key, please.
You mean this one? That I was gonna leave in the car?
No, don't forget it. Gotta get out of the way, UPS, because they will.
I know they will. Very fast.
They will run you. They're in a hurry.
Hello.
Hi, how are
How
you?
are you? Nice
Good to see you.
You dressed so nicely, and I'm here to clean your pool.
Yeah, good to see you.
Where are we sitting?
Right here, guys.
I have tried to bring Alec to therapy many times over the course of knowing him. And it's hard for him. You're digging up things that are uncomfortable. But it's about release. It's about moving through things. So no, I'm nervous. I'm nervous about going there, and I'm nervous because so many times in the past it hasn't gone in a way where he's stuck with it.
She looks like she's flirting with the therapist.
Yeah.
So one of the things that I really had never had a sense of was how challenging it is to be supporting each other and processing through, I mean, what has been a rough, almost 3 years?
It'll be 3 years from now. Two things that are really important. Maybe we should shut these off completely.
No, it's literally our children.
No, but I don't want Carmen to do that.
That's my fault. I usually enforce that. I should put mine away.
If I don't finish, I can lose my concentration.
Go ahead.
And this is a result of what happened to me. I mean, if I'm talking to you and somebody interrupts me, I forget exactly what I was saying. I can't go back. I'm very traumatized by what happened.
Alec needs to be told it's okay to talk about how he feels, to allow himself to break and be a little messy, because he keeps everything in until he bursts. And when he bursts, it's not done in a way that is thoughtful and in the direction of healing. He is very vulnerable, and I'm afraid of what might come out.
Commercial coming up soon, but let's start this next section first.
2 years, 9 months of this, it changes you, and you accommodate. You accommodate. I had to accommodate to how I was living, and then all of a sudden, as soon as you accommodate, and you're living 8 or 9 months, you're still in pain, you're still angry, you're still upset, but you're slowly accepting that maybe this is going to be this way forever. When we went to the trial, nobody had any idea what was going to happen. Yeah, let me just finish because I'm going to lose my train of thought, and that is that. When you go, and we're going there, no one had any idea whatsoever what was going to happen. You adjust to, now it's over in a 2-hour period, and I walk out the door and I'm completely free. After what happened, it's been really, really, I mean, I've had an emotional, mental, neurological.
Burt's Bees Boosted Balms
Commercial.
Burt's Bees Boosted Balms Vitamin Core moisturizes with a splash of color that feels like...
That was crazy. Okay. This is kind of crazy. The greasy hair in the therapist looks like Cody's hair at diarrhea. Oh, she was silent for about 5 seconds. Now she's a therapist too. She's something. Self-pity. Have a drink. I really thought this whole series I was going to be coming down really hard on Alec, but boy, this chick, I can't. She wins, at least right now. Who knows what the next episodes will show. Doesn't excuse him. I'm just saying she's a bundle of issues. Okay. According to her, of course, we had interrupting cow come again. Baca interrumpiendo. And she interrupted him and corrected him and then says that I want to support you, which is why I call you out when you give a BS excuse like you just did. Opposite of support. That's correcting him. That's not supporting him. That's not supporting him. Supporting him, if you didn't agree with him, would be to just listen. to maybe mirror. So what I heard you saying is you feel blah, blah, blah. That must be difficult. That would be supportive. Correcting him on his BS when he gives BS excuses like that example he just get. She thinks that's being supportive. She needs to get a real therapist. I don't know about this guy. We have this amazing therapist. She's totally, did you see her? In there? Her head's all tilted and she's all scrunched together in just a tank top again. She's interested. I don't know why. He's like a dark-haired, greasy Cody Brown look up here. Look. Thinner, much younger. He does look like he's like 24 years old, which was shocking to me. That's not what I pictured the whole time. They kept talking about this great therapist that she goes to and what she's learning and this wonderful family therapist. Like he's just a child. How long has he been practicing? How could he possibly be so great? Well, let me hit pause. Not so great. Most therapists will sit there and give ample time for their clients to speak. Allow pauses, allow them time to think through things, and then respond. He instantly jumped in after Alec had said, I need to turn off phones because, and the guy's like, oh yeah, sorry, I usually insist on that at the beginning. Of course he didn't, so right away, can't be that great. Do you have a policy? Do you not have a policy? Here we are going in on the therapist now. Maybe I had a bad day. I don't know. I didn't think I did. Kids were all great today. But I maybe because he's so opposite of what I was imagining. And so then he goes, I'm sorry, but like, I just can't, I get distracted. First of all, he used a dumb excuse. I'm traumatized I'm traumatized because of what happened. And therefore, if I get interrupted, I can't remember and go back to what I did before because I'm traumatized from what happened. I don't know. You're just old. Same thing happens to me. Cody, I almost called him Cody. Alec, I go through the same thing. I interrupt myself and I don't remember what I was talking about before. Don't use this as your excuse. Stop being a victim, blaming everything that's wrong in your life on the situation, on you being a victim on top of it. The annoying part about the whole thing, you're not a victim in this situation. So then the therapist interrupts him. And he has to correct him and go, hey, I'm sorry, can I just finish what I'm saying? So good. Couldn't script it. You couldn't script it. It's pretty funny. Yeah, and then she interrupts him too. Yeah. He can't get a word in edgewise. He can't. And did you see his face when she interrupted him initially when we were back when she was explaining why she had to correct him and call him out on his BS. As soon as she like jumped in and interrupted, the camera almost zoomed in on him. He didn't have his hand up by his foot. He just did his, he has the same look every time. Like, okay. It's over. I don't get to share my thought. I don't get to have an opinion. Whatever she says, I'm going to have to agree with. All right. Yeah, I'm sure he's so traumatized. Yeah, old. Yeah, old Alec. It's why when somebody interrupts and you get on a different train of thought, you can't go back. That's why. I'm sure if Hysteria said we were talking about this, you'd go, oh yeah, and then you could continue on. That's it. You're not traumatized. People would be more receptive if Alec wasn't such a jerk. Well, isn't that the truth? Word on the street is big a-hole. So what a shame, because he acts really well. Comes off great on these shows. And she's so horrible that he would be beloved by everybody, but he's not because of all the situations that he's had in his life, unfortunately. I know it's so easy to forget when she's so awful. All right. I think I booted her from that chat. Oh yeah, Lynn, I think actually you blocked her, so she might be blocked. Does that block from my channel, or is that just block from that chat? I have her name written down. I'll go in and see if I have her blocked as one of my people. But I have the other name blocked, so she should never show up under the original name. Was it Crab? Something like that. That shouldn't show up. That one I know is definitely blocked channel-wide. All right, we're back. And Alec is talking something about his inability to focus and concentrate. This whole episode. I thought this was going to be about the trial. I can't believe that they touted it as the trial episode. And this is all about how he's a victim. And she too, because, I mean, she can't find time to exercise. Such a rough life these people live. Such a rough life. Here we go. We are at 35 minutes and about 1 second, I think, ish. Maybe a little bit beyond because it kind of went right beyond the commercial. Oh, turn up the sound. There we go.
Concentrate. And that's not me. That's not me. I have a photographic memory. Man, they'd hand me 2-page monologues on 30 Rock that morning. And I memorized it because I just had that. I developed that ability. And my memory's shot. I can't remember anything anymore. It's really scary. And for me, the stress and the pressure of public life, at my age, that's not good for my mental health.
That's where I really want to make sure that we're being smart about where do we go from here.
I am someone who have found that there is no right or wrong. You do the best you can. You bring the greatest you of yourself and your intelligence and your caring to bear to make these decisions about our children. And then after you give it some thought, my motto was, I'm tired of talking about it. We have to take an action. In my mind, that doing what's best for yourself, your mental health, and doing what's best for your children's mental health is an action you must take. And you don't have to agree with me about that action, but we're not taking any action. I really feel like we owe our children the willingness and the open-mindedness to try something outside of New York.
It's good that we have a sense of where you are. That sounds like this is a really important place that you're in right now that is affecting your decision making. As we know that one of your prioritizations is sort of, I think, removing yourself from the public eye a little bit and moving to an area that you think would be lower stress interaction. Great. Let's ask her where she would like to go.
I remember when I had only known you for a little bit and you had something happen. You did an interview, and on the cover, it was like, goodbye, New York, I'm leaving, goodbye. Alec has always wanted to run away when something's bad happened, and that's normal. And so I know that in him, in our relationship when I was younger, and he would retreat, and even like just little spats between us, and he would retreat. And I was so worried.
I'd like to take action.
But we're not there yet.
But the action may be that we move here, we go here, we choose these jobs, we don't choose these jobs. Those things, they're going to all fall into place. But we're not going to know what the right thing is if we don't do the hard work as your wife, as your partner, as the mother of the children. I see moments where you want to run away, you want to deflect, you want to all of a sudden things get a little bit hard, and we're saying, yes, we take action. And I've lived with you, I've known you for 13 years, over 13 years now. And for you, it's always, well, I have to move. Well, I have to put this. Well, I have to do that. Alec is an actor. He loves to connect. He loves that energy. When I see him with his friends at SNL and when he was on 30 Rock, those are his people. That is his community. That's his home base. And the action that you and I need to take is in here and in here.
That's your opinion.
No, but I'm telling you.
It's not a fact.
There's no facts. There's only opinions.
There are.
Right, exactly. There are no facts. There are only opinions. But I can tell you that what is the great AA quote that you told me? Wherever you go, your problems
You
follow
show
you.
up.
You show up.
I'm acknowledging what you're saying. I've known that as an AA term for 39 years. I get it. All I'm saying is that I do not want to go back to the life I have. I don't care. I don't want to go back. I don't.
Evil eye.
You are withdrawing.
And I don't apologize for it.
Your priorities are shifting, right? Like, I mean, you have a lot of individuals that
We're counting on this.
you and the two of you together, right?
Nothing like organizing my shoes.
I worry about Alec because we were living with so much stress for such a long time that his OCD has gotten even worse.
After everything we've been through, I just want to take care of my family. I want to be left alone. Yes, I'm Dada.
Look, paparazzi. It's okay, just ignore him.
I've had my skirmishes with paparazzi, and I've had my, problems. You're here when my wife and my kid come out here. You've got a big problem. What are you doing?
The big dance, March Madness.
Okay. That's next week. That was a preview for next week. So this therapy session will continue next week. I kind of like in this therapy session. I feel like he's starting to speak truth and Hilaria is not enjoying it. I think she enjoys New York and all of the bells and whistles that come along with it. I think she has her spas all set. I think she has her hair salon all set. She knows all the cute little places to have lunch with the ladies. And yeah, she's not interested in moving someplace new. So she's turning it around and putting it on Alec. No, I don't think we should move Alec because I see you. You're a people person. And when you're with your 30 Rock friends, you connect with them. You're a whole different person. And when you're with your SNL friends, you connect with them and you're a whole different person. Therefore, we must live in New York because you'll never see those friends again if you live outside of New York. Oh, yeah, we will have a ton more money because we will not be paying the kind of real estate taxes, and we'll have a private helicopter if we want. You could see your friends from New York every weekend if you want. Fly in on a helipad but no. So when he says, first of all, her line, we aren't going to know what to do if we can't even read my own writing. If we don't do, we aren't going to know what to do if we don't do the hard work. So he's all upset because they're just talking about this and talking about this and talking about this and talking about this and doing nothing. She made it sound like we're doing all this work with the kids and we're doing all this work. They're doing no work. He came out and let everybody know. She's just going to her therapist man and getting therapized. And then coming home and talking about it to him. And they're accomplishing nothing. It appears to me that he has an idea of what he wants to do and she doesn't agree with it. Therefore, they're not making any headway because he's not agreeing with her. And she wants to just keep talking because we see the examples on this show that when she just keeps nagging at him, he eventually does I'm going to put my head down and close my eyes and eventually just agree with her. But this is a big one for him. He's like, I'm over this. I'm over the paparazzi. I'm over the people of New York. I'm over the fame thing. I just want to live the rest of my life. He's got brothers that live. They don't all live in New York, do they? Why do I feel like Steven lives in like Michigan or something? Like he's got brothers in the Midwest. Get a lovely home by one of his other brothers if they lived outside of New York. Okay. And then he's explaining why it's important for him to move out. And she goes, no. I'm telling you. And he goes, no, you're not telling me. You're just giving it, what you have to say is opinion. You can't correct me. And then she has to acquiesce because the therapist is sitting right there. Okay, yeah. It's my opinion. But I'm telling you. Interrupting cow arrived again. Baka interrumpiendo. It's going to take me a while for that to roll off my tongue. I might have to practice that this week. Interrumpiendo. Baka interrumpiendo. That's what she is. And he just said we need a chance outside of New York. She's not having it. She is not having it. She needs to stick with teaching yoga. Absolutely. Yeah, it's no surprise that when you get to that level of fame that you're a jerk. Yeah. When you've been handed everything and you're that entitled, you receive that kind of money and everything. Yeah. She goes into your personal comments. What is wrong with this? Issues. I'm glad you reported her, though. That's good. This can be a long watching of Hilaria. It is. Wendy said, I'm beginning to think Alec did this show as a cry for help. Let the public see what he has to deal with 24/7. Oh, they now live on a farm in New England. Okay. He got his way. I'm sure the therapist agreed with them. Yeah, she likes to insult everyone, and then after they tell her to stop cussing me out, she will send me comments responding to me personally. She just needs to get a job. I was going to say get a life, but like get a job. Just get something else to do. Who has the time? Honestly. I want to run away too. Oh, goodness. Oh, yay, Julie. I'm glad you caught another live too. We're winding down, but I'm glad you caught it. You can always go back and watch it from the beginning too. After this, I need to watch the episode. It's kind of cray-cray. Yeah. All right. Alec is not a people person. Yeah, you know what? I think really translation, based on what I've picked up so far, is just that, like, maybe he does a lot of stuff with them because it gets him out of the house, possibly. Because he seems like he's not a really nice person. Or he just like has anger issues, possibly. Because it seems like his outbursts are always like against random people. But who knows? We don't know what goes on behind closed doors. Maybe he's a monster. I don't know. Don't know when Seeking Sister Wives comes back, but it seemed like it was closer to summer, didn't it? It seemed like it was closer to summer. The Sister Wives, we don't know for a fact either, but we think there's 8 episodes of this, and this right now is in the Sister Wives time slot. So this was episode, I didn't write it down. I think this was episode 4. I think this is episode 4. I can't remember. So there might be another month before Sister Wives comes back. Give or take. Yeah, this is just a pity trip. It really is. There's no way this is going to be a season 2. Yeah, if there is another one, I'll just be hanging out with you all. Yeah, I don't know. If there's a season 2, I don't know that we'll cover it. Because, like, I mean, this is just getting us all the basic information in that, and then the trial. Like, I mean, I think by the end of this, we're going to know enough about them. That's why I don't think it's possible to do a season 2. But I don't know. I want to watch. There's got to be something else that's better. They should have put Seeking Sister Wives in this time slot. That would have been good. They'll move when Alec can pay for her lifestyle because she isn't giving up the nanny. Yeah, nannies, plural. Oh, we have 5 more. This is only episode 3. It feels like it's gone on forever. Oh, wow. We'll have a good time with Seeking Sister Wives, yeah. We'll be screaming about that too, though. We will. Because there's as much narcissism in that as there is on all these other shows. But there's so much of it. It's fast moving because they cover so many different families. Episode 3. You're watching My 5 Wives? Shannon Banana, I like that one. Because I like him. And the wives are kind of boring, but they're sweet and nice. It's just sort of a nice show, I think. Yeah, I don't know if we can take Hysteria's voice beyond 1 season. Yeah. I don't know. Well, what I think. They're kind of boring. They are. Too curated. Yeah. I just think he's nice, though. And the whole thing is weird. You know, they left the AUB. They left the AUB, but he didn't divorce any of the wives because he didn't think that it was right. Like, you know, he's just a good guy. He realized he got himself into the situation. It's not right, but they have this big family with all these kids, and their kids seem pretty great. So, yeah, there you go. But they're not interesting, yeah. They weren't interesting for another season. These people aren't interesting for another season. I would cover a civil trial, though. That would be interesting. That would. I could find that on a channel and cover that. Yeah, you know what? Garrick is worse than Cody. You're right. Cody's not the worst on TLC. Garrick on Seeking Sister Wives. Worse. Ick, right. Otherwise known as Ick instead of Garrick. He is something else. I think the affair is funny. Which affair? Whose affair? There's so many. Janita, do you watch 7 Little Johnsons? Parents treat the oldest daughter so bad that she didn't show up for her own graduation. Or her siblings? What? All they do is criticize her and praise their bio kids. Oh, the oldest one. I was thinking the oldest one was, the oldest one is, yeah, she's the one that they adopted from Russia. Oh, that's so sad. I have not watched 1 episode this season. No, I do know that they've had a rough go of it ever since they had her. But it seemed like in the last season that I watched, I think I watched last season. I don't think it was 2 seasons ago. I think I watched last season, or at least bits and parts of it. I thought they had kind of worked through that, and she was getting along with the parents and her siblings and everything. So that makes me sad. Well, I don't want to watch it. TLC just shows messed up families. Yes. Oh, Joni, what a treat when you join us for Seeking Sister Wives this year. Yeah, Seeking Sister Wives. That's a whole beast, I tell you. These polygamists and these crazy, most of them are not polygamists in religion at all. They're just polygamists because they want to be polygamists. It's crazy. So they're independent polygamists. So they don't have anyone else that are polygamists around them, and their families don't agree with it, obviously. It's nuts. They grounded her as a teen, which was fair. They took away most of her clothes, her makeup, her perfume. It's terrible. What could she have done that was so horrible? And still, why would you do that? It's so bad. Oh, okay. All right, we've reached the end. This was crazy. That's all I can say. This is crazy. And we will see. We will continue with the therapist session next episode where he tells her, I really do not want to go back to my old life. You know, I think that's best for him. I think he just needs to be away from everybody. Live out somewhere else. And I think that's probably best for all the kids too. Obviously best for her too, but she doesn't know what's best for her. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Oh, I do remember that. That she was with some kids that were at high school and they sprayed graffiti on the school at night. And she didn't participate. I mean, she didn't do it, but she was with the group that was there participating in that. And that's what made them take all that stuff away from her? Oh, come on. He loved me not. I mean, she's hard to like. I'm stretching. I'm stretching to think of anything. I mean, she acts well. That's about it. No, she doesn't even really act well, but she pretends like. I mean, she says she spends all this time with the kids. I wrote on here, except when they're with the nanny. I mean, except when they're with two of the two nannies or Alec, or when you have the 10-year-old watching them. Other than that, you're with the kids all the time. That's true. Oh, good night, sister friends. Because most of us are sister friends. All right. I noticed in the comments, there's a lot of comments from people who I've never seen in the sister friends world. So if you're watching this, I have another channel called Senior Perspective. Senior Perspective on Sister Wives. So, and we call ourselves Sister Friends on that channel. So please join us over there. And we discuss all things sister wives. And it's a lot of fun. And a lot of the people that you see in the chat, if you're reading the chat, are sister friends. And they're the best. All right. Good night. Yes, I am Janita. Janita signing off. Signing off with Abaca interrumpiendo. The interrupting cow. Night all. Oh no, that's Sunny and Cher. Okay, bye-bye.